Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing, getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. This is my weekly buy video, and my current strategy is to deposit $100 of my own money per week and let the portfolio do the heavy lifting for me going forward. All dividends received will be reinvested back into that stock from which it was received. My goal is to put this money to work for me in the long term to build a growing and reliable income stream. I'm a long-term buy and hold investor who focuses primarily on individual blue chip stocks as well as ETFs and CEFs. So what we're looking at right now is my taxable M1 stock brokerage account, and this is my Average Joe dividends portfolio. And if you're curious to see what's all in it, I'll leave a link below so you can see what is in each of these slices. So what I'm going to do next is just going to take a look at the overall performance of the portfolio. We'll take a look at overall. It's done quite well over the past year, just up 2.1%, and this is live, so it's going to be changing slightly, the dollar amounts. We started about 215 at the open, but the market is going down today a little bit. Year to date, 6.98%, and over the last quarter, pretty flat. We'll look at the last month, and up 3.92%. So we've had a pretty good recovery over the past month for this portfolio and just the stock market really in general. And over the last week, up 1.49%. We'll just take a look at today. We're trending downwards. Looks like people are selling. So yeah, just down 0.23%. And next what I'll do is I'll jump into the activity log because we want to see where that $100 went to. And what I did was I picked 10 stocks to put $10 each into those, but we can see there's 16 buys for $141, even though I deposited $100, and $41 of that is dividends being reinvested. So that's part of the snowball there, the $41. So I'm clicking into the activity log. We can see the 16 buys for the 141, and anything that's not $10 is going to be a dividend drip. So we can see KKR, the dividend drip for 230, Kroger 398 drip, and then BlackRock, that's where the first $10 went to, and then SCHD. SCHD is going to be announcing their new dividend here. They're going to declare it here probably, I think, midweek. We're going to see whether they raise it or lower it, or it could be the same. We'll see. And Black Hills, this is a dividend reinvestment for $17.26. And then Travelers, I put $10 in there of the 100, and Save with F&F, another $10. And Illinois Toolworks and Broadcom, and then Pinnacle West, this is a dividend reinvestment. Digital Realty, there are $10 put in there, and Cisco, there are 10. Aflac, this is a dividend drip, $7.32, and Fifth Third, $10 buy. Oracle, $10 buy, and the last item is American States Water, a dividend drip for $3.09. So we're going to bounce over to a tracking sheet that I have, and this tracks all the positions in my portfolio. Again, I'll leave a link below to this sheet and also to my M1 pies so you can see exactly what is in this portfolio. It's mostly blue chip stocks, but there's an ETF, and SCHD is that ETF. That is the largest position in my portfolio. I have a closed-end fund, BST, it's a monthly payer. That's my second largest position in this portfolio. You can see here just the tracking sheet shows company name, ticker symbol, the current share price, which is pulled with a Google Finance function, the number of shares that I have. I'm using VLOOKUP to pull from my M1 data tab, where we're actually going to import some data into that M1 data tab here shortly, because in those buys I did, the 16 I believe it was, it's going to change the number of shares for those positions. And this is the current market value. You can see my cost basis. In the case of Allstate, I am ahead. But you can see though, for something like Medtronic, I have a loss currently in that, but it changes, it fluctuates. Sometimes my winners are losers. My losers become winners over time. And we can see the dividend per share. I looked that up. That's a manual entry I put in there. And this is quarterly dividends, except for my two monthly pairs, which are O, highlighted in blue, as well as BST. You can see this is the current yield percentage if I were to buy more shares of Allstate. You can see the yield right there, and then this is my yield on cost. My yield on cost is higher for this position because right now I have a gain in this position. Anywhere where I am at a loss, you can see the inverse should be my yield on cost should be lower than the current yield. And the pay dates, I track that. I look those up periodically, and I change them because I want to know when I'm getting paid and also how much I'm going to get paid. This is an estimated dividend, and sometimes I buy positions after the X dividend date. So this is what I'm going to get with Allstate if I right now for the next dividend once they announce their next declaration. That's if I don't buy anymore or Allstate doesn't raise their dividend. And you can see here they're slated to raise their dividend in February. And I also track the last increase, and I track the total dividends that have been paid to me for each of my investments. You can see some are higher than others, and some are over the $1,000 mark. You can see SCHD has paid me nearly $3,000 so far in dividends, and BST has paid me over $4,000 in dividends thus far. So that pretty much sums up the tracking sheet here. You can see here's the total market value, here's my cost basis for the portfolio, and here's my gain so far in it. You can see my current yield percentage average of the portfolio and the yield on cost average for the portfolio as well. And this is the quarterly. This adds up all of the dividends for my positions, but my monthly pairs, I have to add those in an additional 2 months, and that's what this little array is here, where it pulls the BST and O, and then I take it times 2 to make sure it's paying 3 times with the other quarterly pairs, and that gives me my quarterly payout. And then I can calculate my monthly cash flow average. You can see the quarterly right there, and even the annual. So right now I'm getting over $10,000 in annual dividends. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to update this sheet, and we're going to import some data into the M1 data tab. And what we're going to do also is update the monthly cash flow average, and I'm tracking this on the monthly average dividend tracking tab right here. So anytime there's a change in the portfolio, I buy something, I sell something, there's a dividend drip, there's a dividend increase, there's a dividend decrease, anything like that, I track it right here. So I'm going to put in a new entry for today, which is December 4th. I'm going to carry over the starting monthly average dividend, which is going to be that $868.87. It looks like we're off by a day right here. Actually, this should be 12/4 here. It looks like I did this ahead of time and I had the date wrong, so we'll correct that really quickly. We'll put 12/4. And I already typed in what the event was, the $100 deposit, and then all these dividend drips. And we're going to see what the new monthly average dividend will be. It's going to be higher than $868.87. So what I'm going to do is go to the Holdings tab. This shows everything in my portfolio. As soon as it loads, 63 positions, you can see the cost basis value. And I'm just going to grab everything starting from the name column, and I'm going to paste this into my M1 data tab. And really all it's going to be pulling is the number of shares and the cost basis for each investment. Go to the M1 data tab, do a paste special right here, values only, and it's going to update the shares and the cost basis for everything. And again, it's arranged by the largest position in my portfolio. You can see SCHD there and BST. It's kind of the format is not great, but what I do is I just align the shares and the cost basis. That's all I do, and then I do a VLOOKUP on the dividend portfolio tab to pull those values. So ITW, or Illinois Toolworks, that was one of those positions where I bought just $10 more. So what it did was it updated the shares in my cost basis for it, along with the other 15 positions where I had bought more with a drip, or the $10. So we'll take a look here at the new monthly cash flow average. So it's 869.24. We'll update over here on the monthly average dividend tracking tab, 869.24. And it's not going to be a large increase because it was only $100, and there was just some dividend drips, but I added an additional 37 cents per month to my monthly income going forward. I'm going to jump over to my dividend tracking sheet here, and I've been doing these videos since January 2021. You can see the starting portfolio value and the dividends for the first month. You can see they go up. Of course, they're a little bit lumpy because the last month of the quarter for me pays the most, because most of my dividend payers are in the last month of the quarter, which is March, June, September, and December. So those are the largest payers here. You can see where it goes small, small, large, small, small, large, and that pattern repeats. So we are in December, so we are in the large month, but so far I've only received $41 of my dividends. I'm predicting about $1,450 to $1,500 for my dividends, and I'm also expecting an increase in Q4 over Q3. You can see here the quarterly dividends, the quarter-on-quarter increase percentage, and then the dollar increase as well for the quarter. Also track annual dividends. You can see how in the first year I didn't even break 1,000. In the second year I almost got to $3,000 in annual dividends. We'll take a look at the dividends so far collected in 2023, and over $8,500, $8,520.67 so far, which is great. You can see the average monthly dividend keeps going up and up. The only exception I'm expecting really now going forward is in March. I think every March, and also the Q1 of each year is going to be lower than what it is in the Q4 because of SCHD. Historically, SCHD has had a lower dividend in Q1, but right now we're in Q4 where SCHD historically has announced its largest dividend. So Q4 will be very high, and Q1 2024 I expect my dividends to dip just a little bit, but it'll recover in quarters 2, 3, and 4 and have an overall increase quarter over quarter, with the exception of Q1 and year over year. And you can see how I track the monthly average dividend. It's been going up steadily, and so far just in the month of December you can see it's gone up by $3.36 for a month over month increase of 0.39%, and annual dividend is going up to $10,430.84, and we can see the annual increase just with the activity in December only. I'm going to put the $100 deposit right there. You can see here I had some large deposits, and the reason for that is I had equity in a home I no longer own, and I was deploying $10,000 per week to put that money to work for me. But going forward, I'm just settled with $100 per week because I'm trying to build up a large cash position. I'm building a home, and I'm going to be putting a large amount down, about 40%, and I also want to try to knock this house mortgage out in probably like 2-3 years. So I'm going to do it with a lot of cash. So that's why I'm kind of investing more conservatively, but I'm also investing in other things like my 401k. So it's not that I'm not really investing much at all, just kind of slowing it down, and want to get my living expenses kind of not eliminated, because I'll still have property taxes, but just to kind of lower that and lower my expenses. So that pretty much sums up what I wanted to show you guys in this video, and we'll go back really quick to the activity log, because I know when I started investing, and even now I like to see what people are buying. Here's the 16 buys. We just go over quickly what my $10 went to, kind of like my top 10 for the $100. But of course, this is not investing advice. I'm just showing you what I'm doing and what my portfolio is doing, because I have curiosity. Whether you have a $100 portfolio, a $10,000 portfolio, or a $100,000 portfolio, it doesn't matter. I like to see what others are doing. So let me know in the comments below what you're buying. But again, it was BlackRock, FCHD, Travelers, FNF, ITW, Broadcom, Digital Realty, Cisco, Fifth Third, and Oracle were my picks for the week. So thanks everyone for sticking to the end of this video. If you got any value from this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe so you do not miss future videos. I do a monthly recap of all the dividends I received for each month. I also do a budgeting video, as well as other various kind of personal finance videos. I wish I had more time to do more. But thanks again, everybody. I hope everyone has a great Monday and a great week. Everyone, take care.